Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to go through investing and how you're going to make millions of coins over Foot Birthday with these investments. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. We're giving away 500,000 coins when I hit 17k, and we are currently 60 subs away. All you've got to do is show proof of subscription over on Instagram and you'll be entered into the giveaway. So make sure to do that. And let's get into it. If you guys are still stuck with a team like this, and everyone you play in champs has a team like this, then you need to head over to Sky Coach in the link below. Not only have they got the cheapest and most reliable service for FIFA coins, you can pick any amount of coins, select your console, and put in code PRORECALL for 10% off. So those of you who watch these investment videos will always know that investment videos are going to start on Footb because it is the most important place to go. Now we can see already, I believe these are essentially the storyline cards from the new year, new season. So we've got Hector Bellerin, we've got Insigne, who looks lovely. Might have to get that as the Italian Stallion. We've also got Kolo Muani, I assume. Looks like that's just the same card twice. We've got, there's two different versions. You've got skill moves and then you've got weak foot. So that is interesting. We've also got, of course, a Kolo Muani who looks quite good, although we've already got one of him. So it'd be interesting to have a look at that card there and just see how that compares up to, we've got this card here, 175. I assume this card probably took a little bit of a dip today. Yeah, so it was 200, 300k yesterday. It's had a dip. It might be not a bad shout if you guys have the ability to do so. Maybe pick this card up at maybe 160, 150 if you can snipe it, if you get it at 160, because realistically this card will go back up because it's only had this big of a dip because everyone's panic selling. So it's definitely one to have a look at. Obviously you can see a 45k decline pretty much overnight. You know, it is literally the new story. So definitely one to potentially look at. Now if we go over to players cheapest buy rating over in the SBC section, I think it is, this is where we're going to see the meat of what we can invest in. Now we are going to have a look at informs as well, but right now I would say it's a good time to have a look over some of these cards. So first of all, you got the likes of Ali here and Hummels. Hummels is cheaper than any other 88. The reason being because right now Hummels he was on this this sort of party bag that was available. Now I'm just going to pick him up. I know we're looking at Footb right now, but I'm actually going to pick up some Hummels while we look at this in the meantime. Now I'm going to explain why Hummels is that cost. So the reason Hummels is so much cheaper is because essentially he was part of that party bag that got re-released because they made a mistake with it. Now what actually happened there is because of that, a lot of these cards are way cheaper than what they should be. So let's have a look. 18k, he was 16 on Footbin, so let's just check if we can get a 16. There's 17, 250. So we want to just compare price our way to a 16k. The reason being because there is supposedly some on the market. Let's see if we can just snipe one. Let's have a look. See there. Basically, these guys are cheaper than they should be. So if we go back over to Footbin, you will see the cheapest other 88 is essentially 18k. The rest of them are more expensive. Now, I would say actually it's probably not a bad idea to just pick up the 17,250s here, send them to my club. Let's have a look. We've got another 7. Nah, we'll leave that one. We'll take the 17,250s. Just going to send them to my club, just under the presumption that they should go up and probably hit about 20k over the period of the next promo. Now, if we go back over to have a look at, of course, we are back over on Footbin already. I got back over to the likes of things like Ali. Once again, if you can get either of these two cards for 16k, absolutely worth doing. Isco should have gone lower, but because he's a special card, you can't get him for lower than the sort of 10k mark. Now, if we look at what we want to do over this promo, what we want to look out for, where we want to do our snipes and where we want to make our profit, I would essentially say, first of all, it is going to be on an SBC by SBC basis. Now, we need to obviously be careful. It's difficult to know what they're going to be bringing out. It's best to monitor cheapest buy rating for 84 to 89. And just have a look. I mean, it's mostly going to be 85 plus for the promo side of things, but if you see a promo card, make sure you get it. Make sure you have a look. And by that, what I mean is if you see an 80, let's say an 87 promo card, 88 for example might be better, and it is way cheaper than the rest of the 88s, pick a load of them up. Similar to the 89s, just pick a ton of them up because you are in a good position to make some cracking coins. Now, of course, the easier investments to be doing right now, because obviously 85s have gone up, which is interesting. 86s are down, I would say, in comparison to what they should be. 86s are still a big buy. Definitely still go for these. Similarly, 84s, massive buy. We've barely had any movement on them. They're pretty much at the lower end of their pricing. When you go over to 83s, now 83s are a safe investment, but it's going to be potentially longer term. We don't know when they're going to be really useful for an SBC right now, but they are pretty much at the bottom of their value. If you've got some in your club, just keep them there, waiting. Keep the tradable ones because they should go up soon. Now, if we go over to 90s, that Politano is considerably cheaper than if we have a look We go back over to Politano. I believe he's considerably cheaper than the other 90s. So we should be able to get ourselves a nice little snipe there. Let's have a look, see where he's coming at. I think it was 40k was pretty much the standard. So it was 37 he was going out on Footb. Obviously Footb is not updated instantly, so it's going to be a couple minutes behind, maybe even an hour behind. So we need to go for the cheapest one available. So it looks like there's nothing below. Okay, so 38,500 is kind of that point for him where he cuts off. Now, can we find that hour mark? It seems like there's too many cards. There's going to be one over there. There's none over the hour. So what we can do here is we can snipe our way. If I just check over on Footb again, just make sure pricing we are doing correctly. 37. So we want to get him for about 37. That would be where you're at a reasonable point. The other cards are going for 39. So actually he is quite a bit cheaper, which means we can take a 38, potentially sell it at 41 when an SBC comes out, but that's a little bit more risky. It'd be better to get a 37, know that it's pretty much instant profit, and do it that way. Now, if that would have been a brilliant snipe and a brilliant investment. Let's just have a look and see if we can get one on a snipe normally, no compare price. I feel like we were a little bit slow with that one because it was compare price. I definitely did not expect a snipe like that to be cooked out of a compare price. So a little bit disappointed that we've missed that there. Obviously you can't win them all, but that would have been a pretty damn good one to win. So win some, lose some, we'll take it, but it would have been a nice one to win. Now, on the 84 front, there's a lot of 84s right now that you can make an absolute ton of coins off. So it is just a case with the 84s of going out and getting it done. Now, I do think it's worth it because the 84s, as I say, they're just banging little cards right now for an investment. They're going to make you a decent bit of coinage. They're pretty much at the bottom. If you don't have enough coins to invest in a lot of 84s, 83s isn't a bad mark. And then when we go to 86s, they're a bit on the rise. Now 87s, the likes of your Mahrez's, for example, if you can pick them up around that 7k mark, which they're very, very close to right now. I said 87s, I meant 86s. It's 85s that have already had a rise. It's 86s that are good to snipe. So you want to go for these guys. I mean, there was some at 7k on Footb, which means they've been there recently. It doesn't look like he's on his cheaper end right now. Let's just have a look, see if we can do a bit of compare price of any of these bad boys. You probably want to get a 7.5. If you can, 7.5 or below would be an absolute cook. It just means you're making some decent profit. The other thing you want to do, guys, is subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. So guys, we have 3 encore icon packs. We're going to do more if we don't get a good player. We're trying to get someone who fits in my team. England, that probably doesn't. Yeah, that definitely does not. That is okay. So the first one is utter mud. Second one, base icon again. This is my, oh, this could be good. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, right, these are, I'm doing more of these. Go on, let's see what the third one is. It's all base icons. Spanish goalkeeper Casillas. I don't know why I'm saying that as if that's like a... I already have him. I already have 2 variations of Casillas. It's good fodder though. Do you know what? I can't... Jarzinho. That's pretty tasty, I can't lie.